Well, guys, it's me, old Motormouth. I'm ready to flap my gums. Up top, breadcrumbs. Subject matter down below. You ever see this? You know what a Type R radius center drill is? Most guys don't know. You gotta be old and a member of the Over the Hill gang to even understand this. This was common stuff when I was younger. You guys are too young to even realize that there's such a thing. When I say an R-type radius center drill, I'm talking about, see what a mouse is? The center drill has a radius on it instead of a 60-degree angle, right? I went all over the planet here looking for some. I tripped over these at McMaster Car. I made a chart. See this chart? Tells you the here's a visual on the left. Tells you the part number, the body diameter. That's the major diameter. The length, the radius, blah blah blah, and the price. You see it? Made a chart here, right? They started at 850, and the ones that, and it ends up $28 a piece. That's a husky sum, isn't it? Man, anyways, I want to make you aware of the advantages of this. You understand? These have a lot of advantages. Hang on. Alright. I'm designing this thing. It's called Taper Made. At this point, it's irrelevant. But as part of designing it, I realized I needed an R-type or radius type of center drill. What does it look like? Let me tell you this. Let me show you this. This has to do with turning tapers, right? But let me start out at the top here, just for the hell of it. Here's a conventional center drill. These are drawn exactly to size. See the note? These center drills break off, and at this point, anything comes to a sharp corner. I don't care what the material, it'll break at the sharp corner. Here's an R-type center drill. See it? They don't break because of the radius. You see it? All right. I'm going to take you on this little mission with me, all right? If you're turning something straight, I'll show you how these things go together. Let's assume you're turning something straight. That's what I got here, all right? Let me do this. This is one, I'm showing one end of a shaft with a radius. I'm showing the other end with a conventional center drill hole. I'm going to show you how they engage when you're turning straight, okay? Hang on. Let me bring it up here. You see that radius there? And the radius here, it just engages right there. You see it? You might say, well, what the hell good is that? All right, just hang on. I'm going to show you what good that is. Let me go to the other end. Show you the conventional method. Now look at this. Look at all this engagement. You see it? Fully engaged, a lot of surface there. You might think that that's wonderful. Now, when you're turning a tape between centers, that sucks. Let me get you over here. First of all, let me take you down here. Let's say you're going to turn something like this. A number 3 Morse taper, right? You're gonna turn it between centers. That's what I'm talking about, between centers. You put this shape you put the R-type center drill in there, and you put the R-type center drill in there. Well, why do you want to do that, Jim? Well, I'm going to show you, pal. Hang on to your sneakers. Let me just, here's a Morse taper. The angle on a Morse taper, 1.4377 degrees, all right? Let me do this. Let me see if I, let me see. Here's a straight line. I've tipped these shafts. No, wrong way. See that? 1.4377. You see that up there? That's a match. Let me show you this, just to show I ain't fudging. These two lines are dead parallel. See it, 3.5? I'm going to measure right here. See it, 3.5. Them are parallel. These shafts are 1.437 degrees at an angle. Can't argue with that. Alright? Now, let me show you. Now you're going to turn this between centers, right? Let's see the engagement. The shafts at that 1.4377, the center's in line. It's the axis of the lathe. You see this? Now let's see how this engages. See how nice that engages? Just touches here. Just touches equal on the other side. That sucker can revolve, right? A ball bearing center wouldn't hurt you. It'd still be in the same exact position, all right? Let me do this. Let me make my point here before you shit down my neck, all right? Here's the other end. I'm going to give you the same routine. See the same routine? That's the headstock side, and the other one is the tailstock side. See it? Both. The center line is the axis of the machine. Let me do this now. I'm going to demonstrate a little further here. I got to go a little deeper to make my point. See this? I'm going to extend that center line. See it there? See what that says? Same, that's the correct angle. All right, if I did it to that side, it'd be the same, obviously. It's strictly trig, all right? Now, let's do this. Now that we know that'll revolve while that shaft's on an angle. That'll revolve resting on that radius. Let's see what this will do with a conventional center. See that? That hole? That's a conventional center drilled hole. Okay? I'm going to show you what happens here. You You see it's touching up there? See the gap here? Gap here? Touching up here. Let's go to the other side. Touching on the inside, gap on the outside. You see, it's just opposite. While that sucker's revolving, you know, you're wallowing that hole out. It won't be nice and rigid. You're going to end up with the shaft wobbling and piece chattering and all that kind of shit going on. Let me go to the other side just to make my point. It's the same thing, just the opposite on this side. See it? Touching on the inside, see it? But there, touching on the inside. Oh, let me get it so you can see it. Touching on the inside, big gap on the outside. Now let's go. It'll be the opposite on the other one. Touching on the outside, big gap on the inside. You see it? Let me just kind of bring it so you can see it. See it? See the difference? Big gap here on the outside, big gap here on the inside. See it? Alright? Just trying to make my point. So we're talking about an R type of Senadrill, alright? A radius type. How come people don't know about it? Because they ain't as old as me. This was commonplace years ago. I don't know how there's not much of an awareness. Everybody I talk to doesn't seem to know what the Christ that is. R-type Senadrill. Common back then, unusual today. Just making my point, alright? Hang on to your sneakers. Well, that's all I got for now. Just wanted to make you... I'm designing this thing that needs... I'm turning things between centers. This new unit that I'm designing has to revolve between centers. That's where the R-type Senadrill came up. All right, that's all I got. Like they say in Portugal, hasta linguiça, baby.